Constanzer.
And I'm Anna Azallion. Today is the first day of the Atlantic hurricane season.
That and the first day of June, the first day of meteorological summer.
A lot happening today.
Yes, but it doesn't feel like meteorological summer in New England. It's very chilly. We had spots in the 30s this morning.
Yeah, it is probably not how a lot of us are wanting to start off. And take a look at radar and satellite. Where do we still see some lingering showers? Where else but the Northeast?
Still continuing there, so you might have to dodge some of those as you head through today. Also, that trailing front still pushing moisture through parts of central Florida. Couple thunderstorms here firing up, now moving into Texas as they drop south of the Red River there from Oklahoma. And what you can't see on this satellite, at least this composite of it, is all the smoke in the air.
Yeah, that is probably one of the bigger stories that a lot of people are talking about this weekend. But the other thing that we're watching is down into the southwest. We're starting to see some of that tropical moisture from what was Alvin move in and join an area of low pressure, bringing some thunderstorms.
And this means Tucson is where we have the thunderstorms currently, mostly across central Florida. This is the most active area across the southeast. So we've been really quiet since that front has moved offshore. It did bring a lot of active weather across the Carolinas on Friday. Now it's gone, and you can see Raleigh today adding that threat of thunderstorm. Nashville beyond that, though, still that pocket to tomorrow across some of North Carolina. That's kind of the influence behind a front, which I'll show you on future radar as we go through it. I do want to note, though, nice day in Atlanta, 85 for the high. Here's what happens the next few hours. Why I say there could be a shower returning to places like western North Carolina. You can see as we go through time, there's going to be this boundary here setting up and trying to pull through North Carolina and Tennessee. As we take a look across the nation, you can see where we are expecting some slowdowns for the start of hurricane season. This is just typical travel. Of course, we had storms like Beryl. We had storms like Milton on top of Helene. So there's been a lot of recap of 2024, but now we have officially started 2025. And as it begins today, it's expected to be a busy one. AccuWeather Hurricane X that we do, of course, across the south central U.S. We have to be prepared, too. It's not just Florida, it's Louisiana, Texas. And today, it's more about being prepared for some of those thunderstorms from Dallas to Houston, even into Corpus Christi. Some of them will sag their way south as we head throughout today. To the north, though, maybe an isolated tornado. It's possible here as some of these thunderstorms start up. So just keep an eye to the sky. You can use the AccuWeather app to stay in touch with that. As we head through your Monday, we start to feel more of that warmth building and expanding. 91 for the. We still, though, have that risk into places like Amarillo and Lubbock. There's just going to be a few less reports of that severe weather there. As we take you through time, you can see here's those thunderstorms today still driving their way from Oklahoma south. That's what helps to stir up some trouble here along this boundary on the tail end of it, near and south of Dallas. So this is where we'll see some of those thunderstorms that could be strong to severe today into this evening. After that, things die down, quiet down for us. As you can tell, there's a lot of moisture through the southwestern U.S., and this is what's shaping up to stir some trouble beginning on Monday. You can
talking about what to expect in the Northeast. Before we talk about moving forward, I want to do a little recap because we've ended May. It was like the month that would never end when it came to the rain, right? And if it felt that way, it's because it kind of was that way. Take a look at some of the stats here. So we have the precipitation from March and April combined. Across the board here, all of the cities on this list had more measurable precipitation in May than March and April together. So yes, it was as rainy as it felt. Taking a look right now at radar, kind of zoomed in on the Northeast here, we do still have those lingering showers, especially up into Maine and kind of New York State. That's where we're dealing with the biggest issues here because of the rain. But everybody else, we just have the cold. Maybe be annoying for your Sunday, especially if you're wanting to get out and about, and especially if you're in the state of Maine. As we continue to play this out, we get rid of a lot of the rain as we go through Monday into Tuesday. Clouds kind of here or there, but you can see the next system already off to the west that's going to move in and bring some impacts for us. Overall, the rain is not the big story for Monday. It's the cold. We are still dealing with temperatures lower than we should be this time of year, but there is good news on the horizon. Take a look at the next couple of days temperatures.
Sunday morning, that view courtesy of EarthCam showing you the shots here, but wet weather still taking place here across really south of central Florida. If you're in Tampa, you're pretty quiet. It's going to be south of that. The I-4 corridor there is where we get into the moisture. So as you work your way towards Lake Okeechobee and southward into southern Florida, expect those thunderstorms to persist. Thankfully, really not much in the way of severe thunderstorms thunderstorm warnings at this point in time. It has just been about the heavy rain, frequent lightning, and maybe some gusty winds that'll keep you inside. They should keep you inside at the very least. As we take you through your Sunday historical average, but still a nice day. And as you look towards Atlanta, we're where we should be this time of year. Farther west you go, that's where you start to tap into at least more comparative heat for early June, as those numbers are a little bit above historical average in the mid-80s. Mapping this out for you, where we find that rain, central to southern Florida is where we keep the showers and thunderstorms. This isn't necessarily a bad thing because we do want the rain here this time of year. Charlotte, North Carolina, Well,
after an exceptionally dry season in Florida, we are definitely dealing with the rainy pattern now. We've been dealing with rain and thunderstorms all weekend, and that continues as we go through our Monday. Not too much to start off the morning when you might be commuting to work or school, but as we go throughout the day, we see more and more of those showers and thunderstorms, and this has been moving further and further south as the days have gone on. So Miami, you're getting hit the most with another day of rounds of thunderstorms. This is 4 p.m. We continue on through Monday evening. We continue to see round after round of thunderstorms. Now, a little bit of a break Tuesday morning, but it's just that, a break. We're not done. Watch what happens as we continue to play this out. We do see more rain develop and bring those thunderstorms by Tuesday 6 p.m. throughout many parts of Florida. Now, we're in kind of this pattern of round after round of heavy showers and thunderstorms. Now, this is going to continue through at least Thursday here, and you can see how this moves. Instead of kind of moving farther and farther south like this last system, we're going to see an influx of tropical moisture, and we're going to see Tuesday, southern Florida, and then this moves farther north by Wednesday, farther up the coast into the Carolinas by the time we get to Thursday. Now, while this is good news for drought conditions, it also can lead to some flash flooding. We have significant drought into Florida, even some areas with exceptional drought conditions because of that exceptionally dry season. So this will put a dent in these drought conditions, but you know what happens with too much rain all at once. That's where we get into flash flooding. So a reminder to be on the lookout. If you're driving, walking, you come across any flooded roads, it's best to not risk it. Just turn around. Don't drown. It's why we have that saying. Temperature-wise, we're staying on the cooler side in the 80s as we go to start the work week.